Hello. Nice to meet you. You may not know me, and why would you? I'm just a random guy from the internet who makes videos in his spare time. So, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Beaniiebrian. That's Beanie with a double I. You can call me Beanie, you can call me Brian. Hell, you can even call me by what others call me in the comment section. Like Bene, or Brain, or f***ing loser, or wimp. Up to you. And I'm here to spread Yuletide cheer this holiday season by giving you a video that comes straight from the heart. You see, I've been reading your comments and a lot of you guys have pointed out that I've been somewhat of a negative Nancy recently in my videos. Even though my last 3 uploads spent a good chunk of the runtime praising the ever-living hell of the respective movies, and I outright say they were good and gave each of them 8 out of 10 across the board, but you know what? It's fine. So, to combat all the negativity, I thought we could spend this video together and talk about a Christmas movie that somehow isn't a Christmas classic, but should be. That's right, I'm talking about...
Beanie.
Oh no.
Review me.
I won't. No.
Review me.
Adam Sandler. Poop jokes. Terrible music. Poop jokes again. No.
Review me.
No! No, I won't!
Review me.
Get out of my head! Get out of my head!
Review me.
Well, anyways, I'm talking about the 2019 Netflix Christmas special, Klaus. In a forgotten town far, far away, a spoiled and self-centered young man finds his life turned upside down as he's forced to live and adjust to a lifestyle he sees inferior to his own. But a humble local would help him with his problem, and together they would meet new people like the love interest and rude seniors, and they'll embark on a journey where they'll discover friendship, selflessness, and love. Yep, that's pretty cool. I always love reading the plot summary for Pixar's cards for no reason whatsoever. Oh, right, and blah blah something about Klaus. Okay, I'm just kidding. So, on early November of 2019, Netflix released an animated movie about the origin of the ever-so-loved Santa Claus. Really, Netflix? You released your Santa Claus movie on November? You're gonna wait for a few days to post it on December instead? Using clever lighting and unbelievably expressive animation, Netflix managed to pull off on what could quite possibly be the best Christmas movie in the past decade. So, why doesn't anyone ever talk about it? Is it because it's animated? It's because it's animated, isn't it? Well, for me, not exactly. There could be a lot of factors on why Klaus didn't really do so well. One key factor being big old Netflix themselves. Because, surprise, surprise, they did a terrible job marketing this movie. Nobody knew about it whatsoever. Hell, I didn't know about it until it got nominated for a fucking Oscar. An Oscar! Lost to Toy Story 4, by the way, because of fucking course it did. They also did that whole limited theatrical release bullshit that they always do, and I never really got why that was a thing. Why go through all that trouble getting cinemas to feature your film for a limited time and not try to get butts on the seats? It's just fucking dumb. Why can't we market our good movies like how Illumination markets their shitty movies, guys? Come on, the blueprint is right there! Another factor that I think also has an effect was that Klaus isn't a spin-off or a sequel to an already established franchise. Hey, hate all you want, but the numbers don't lie. And finally, I just honestly think Christmas specials don't and will never do so well in this day and age. Not anymore. I mean, just take the eye test. Back then, Christmas specials played 24/7 on our TVs across all channels, non-stop. We practically had no choice but to watch the creepy stop-motion clay dolls scar us for life for how uncanny they were. In today's world, I bet some of you guys don't even have cable. Hell, some of you probably don't own a TV. In a generation where content is just one big swipe and scroll, it's hard to grab a good chunk of your viewers' attention and have them appreciate something relatively not that old and also not that new. Klaus, unfortunately, falls in that category. But anyways, hey, I honestly think this movie is a hidden gem and it completely hits the mark of the ultimate Christmas spirit. So why don't we just sit back, relax, and talk about it? Grab your cookies and milk and let's take a look at the underrated classic. This is Netflix's Klaus. We're first introduced to the main character of the movie, Jesper, a lazy, spoiled, self-centered teen who happens to be the son of the Postmaster General. We quickly find out that he'd get too over-reliant on his family's fortune and luxurious lifestyle that he pretty much doesn't care for his father's wishes for him to become a postman himself. So, as a result, good old Pop-Pop would take matters into his own hands.
You think I'm just going to watch you purposely fail and then let you waltz right back to a privileged life void of any purpose or meaning?
Huh. Why do I have the feeling that this conversation happened in the Kardashian household numerous a times? Probably because it did.
You are now a postman. ᵐᵦᵈ. 6,000 letters. 1 year. You can't cheat, bribe, or squirm your way out of this one.
Oh, baby, do I have some news for you? So Jesper, as a form of punishment, gets sent to a raggedy old distant town named ᵐᵦᵈ, which... Okay, to be fair, the first time I heard Jesper's dad talk about sending him there to teach him discipline, I was all in for it. I thought it was a good idea. I honestly thought of it as some sort of good old tough parenting. That is, until... Yep, this town is batshit fucking insane. My brother in Christ, you sent your son into this hellhole? Kinda a bit excessive, isn't it? My guy, that's no punishment. This shit is a death sentence. So, turns out, ᵐᵦᵈ is a town populated by two rival family clans, the Ellingboes and the Crumbs. Sounds like a terrible family capella group. Now, a funny thing about this feud is that they outright confirm later in the movie and also confess to each other that they don't even freaking know why they're fighting. It's just generations of inner conflict that ultimately led to fights being monkey see, monkey do. It's a pretty subtle, not so subtle glance into a generational trauma plotline. The movie doesn't necessarily rely on the premise though, thank God. Instead, it simply uses it as a setup and a conflict for the main story. And speaking of which, on the way, Jesper gets to meet a couple of interesting individuals. We have a ferry captain named Mogans, rest in peace Norm, and another character named Alva. She's, get this, a teacher turned fish salesman. I'll let her explain it.
I'm reduced to doing this so I can get some money and start fresh somewhere far, far away from here. Are you going to buy something?
And I don't really get her situation here, to be completely honest. Don't get me wrong, I think it's hilarious that she's a character who was a teacher that became a fishmonger all because nobody in ᵐᵦᵈ would send their children to school. It's a hilariously dumb concept that you kinda completely overlook on how much of her dilemma doesn't make sense.
What happened was...
That came out
I
wrong.
took a teaching job at a place where people don't send their kids to school.
Okay, but like... who offered you the job, though? We never see a principal, so I assume you got hired by ᵐᵦᵈ themselves, but the fact that they didn't give two shits about their school being turned into a wet market, I highly doubt they'd give a shit if the teacher they hired showed up or not.
I have been rotting away here for 5 years, and I am so close to getting out, I am not about to let you mess it all up.
Then leave? I'm sorry, I'm confused. How much money does it take to get a ferry off of ᵐᵦᵈ exactly? Why are you spending such a good chunk of your life selling fish to be able to start fresh? Why don't you just get on the boat, go back to civilization, and start teaching there, and then start saving up? Why go through all this trouble saving up money in ᵐᵦᵈ when you could have just literally leave? It just doesn't make sense. If you told me to come over to chill and grab some coffee, but then when I get there, you instead try to sign me up on your company's insurance plan, I'm fucking leaving! That's false advertising, my guy. I could fucking sue you. I just wanted coffee, Diane. Why the fuck are we talking about funeral payments, you fucking bitch? Well, anyways, back to the movie. Jesper would begin to set up shop, and just like that, his goal of posting 6,000 letters officially begins. Easier said than done, though, because he starts to realize ᵐᵦᵈ isn't all too keen in sending mail. He tried to collect letters in every way that he can, but because of the ongoing feud, nothing really seems to be going in. He'd even try scheming his way into tricking a kid into making a letter, but that quickly backfires. And honestly, that's one of the things I low-key liked about Jesper's character. Yes, we've seen the lazy, spoiled, selfish golden boy character type all before. But a slight difference with Jesper is that he actually does the work and he does them all by the books. It's honestly pretty nice to see. Hell, he even finds out about a cabin located all the way at the other side of the island, and instead of saying fuck that and outright ignoring it, bro actually took the time and effort to find it just to check for mail. Yes, Jesper finds out about the hidden cabin and makes his way all the way there, where he'd get to encounter and get spooked by our second main character, the man himself, Klaus. Jesper scurries away but happens to leave behind a drawing from a kid back in town.
Oi, either this is a born child calling for help or our new postman has some serious fetish problems.
Nah, I'm just kidding, but Klaus pretty much takes this drawing to heart and he tracks down Jesper to help him find the home of the kid who drew the letter, secretly delivering him a gift. Well, he's dead. Good night, kid. Hope you weren't expecting any form of generational feud-ending item that'll alter the future of your family's clan, because that shit definitely ain't happening now. Jesus Christ, Klaus, that's a bit of a dick move, ain't it? I get that you wanted to deliver the toy, but goddamn, there was like a whole bunch of different ways you could have done about it, my guy. Well, anyways, yeah, turns out Klaus was a toy maker and had handcrafted a toy for the boy. So word eventually gets out to the kids that by sending a letter to Klaus, they would receive a toy. So they basically rush over to Jesper and give him mail, which gives our hero a big old light bulb in his noggin, and you can pretty much connect the dots from here on out. I swear to God, for the majority of the runtime, it's pretty much the movie just being cute. Jesper and Klaus kinda have an agreement about their little operation, which one thing leads to another, where the movie pretty much takes all the Santa Claus lore and traditions and sets it up as an origin story here. And not gonna lie, it's really fun. From the naughty or nice list to the coal in the stockings. Hell, they even have a hilarious scene about the origin of Santa and his flying reindeers. A good chunk of the movie is just devoted to this, and I thought it was done super well. There's a lot of other cogs turning in the background that seamlessly blend well too. Remember Alva, the school teacher? Well, because of the need of letters, the children start attending school to learn how to write. And this pretty much opens up her character arc as well. Then we have the Ellingbows and the Crumbs dealing with the children somehow mending their family's generational feud, Jesper and Klaus growing closer together, and overall, ᵐᵒⁿᵈ generally just becoming a genuinely better place. It's all honestly a fun, cute, and well-made sequence that 100% captures the spirit of the holidays, and I love it. I also really like how the movie still finds the time to give both Klaus and Jesper the chance to be vulnerable and share some slow, well-earned character growth. There's a pretty nice scene where they build a sleigh for little ᵐᵒⁿᵗ named Margu, which I thought was just fucking adorable. Okay, that's not really what happened, but come on! They spent the entire night in a snowstorm! What do you expect? So the leaders of the two clans forge fake letters to help Jesper reach his goal of 6,000 posts so they can kick him off the island, revealing his true motive behind it all. That's right, baby, we have a liar reveal plotline! Whee! Oh yeah, the movie definitely starts to struggle from here on out. Alright, so basically, the leaders of the Ellingbows and Crumbs clan exposed Jesper for pretty much bribing the children with gifts, and that his contributions with ᵐᵒⁿᵈ weren't all that genuine to begin with. And that's it. Nah, I'm not fucking with ya. Like, that's the big old reveal.
Unbelievable. Encouraging children to write letters and go to school.
Convincing the locals to donate their labor to such a worthy cause.
Okay, I just realized that out of context, this clip makes Klaus and the group look like assholes, but trust me, I have a point that I want to make. So, he basically told children to start being nice, and in return, they get toys. And as a result, the entire town got better. I'm sorry, I'm stupid. What's the issue here exactly? Is it because he used you guys to get a reward that he was promised with? Bruh, all you heard was that he had a quota and an award for reaching that said quota. He's still a working man. He has needs. Being employed has its benefits. He didn't even say he was gonna leave them in the first place. Everyone just decided to be mad at him.
You just duped everyone so you could get back to your puffed up life back in the big town.
Motherfucker, what? His antics led to your town into becoming a better place. And all he did was reward good behavior. How is this a bad thing? Dude, in true cliche fashion, the liar reveal immediately grinds the story to a halt and forces everybody to be angry and pout and all that shit. And it doesn't even make any fucking sense. Alva's pissed because Jesper tricked everyone into becoming friendlier, and that he sent children to school for her to teach. The horror? Question mark? Then the Sami people leave him because they felt like they were used, which doesn't really make sense because you're the one who came to me. I didn't invite you. He didn't invite you. Your daughter came all the way to ᵐᵒⁿᵈ to write a letter. Bruh, we gave you a sleigh and you're not even part of ᵐᵒⁿᵈ. Why the hell are you mad?
Klaus, just listen,
Everybody's out to get something, right?
Now, out of all the affected characters, Klaus has the most understandable reaction here, being hurt and angry and whatnot. I mean, he did feel a genuine friendship with Jesper, and the fact that he's been giving away toys he himself made would be a major blow, knowing it was all done out of a selfish reason. But again, same with Alva. He tricked everyone into becoming good. I get that you're pissed that he didn't tell you the truth, but he still did a pretty good job, no? Yeah, so the movie kinda just overshoots its moral high ground and completely misses the point in the effects of liar reveals. One prime example of a good liar reveal plotline is the one in A Bug's Life. Notice how that reveal felt devastating in both parties. What happens to Flick? He gets banished. He's now hated. He hates himself. He feels like he's a failure. He is a failure. What happens to the colony? They have no food. They have no offering. They have no backup. They have no plan. They have no backup for their initial plan. They devoted their time, their resources over an idea that now feels like a scam. All this were the aftermath of a simple lie our main protagonist gave. That is an effective liar reveal. Here, everyone pretty much got a positive outcome. So I have no idea why they were so pissed with Jesper. Yes, he used you guys, but you kinda needed it. I don't know, maybe I'm just being a dumbass again and I have no idea what I'm talking about. Let me know in the comments down below if you agree or disagree with me. But thank God, the whole doom and gloom charade would eventually come to an end when Jesper decides to stay. The clans would march over to Klaus's workshop, however, and plan to destroy the gifts, and okay, get a load of this. Jesper and Klaus would fail to shake them off, and the clans would successfully throw all the toys away. But here's the thing though. Turns out the sack of gifts Jesper was trying to save were just decoys, and that the real gifts were safely stored away with Alva.
the presents in the sleigh were all fake?
Give me a little credit. I wasn't gonna let them have the toy.
Alright, this would have been really funny and clever if we didn't just see Jesper almost fucking die! So, with the presents all safe, they successfully delivered them all the kids get their gifts, Jesper redeemed himself, and ᵐᵒⁿᵈ is a happy town once more. And yeah, that's pretty much it. With 5 more minutes left before we roll the end credits, I think it's safe to say that this has been one very happy and very joyous ending to our Santa Claus story. Oh, yeah, by the way, a decade later, Klaus dies of old age and becomes one with the wind with his deceased wife, and he later becomes the spirit of Christmas. And we're left with a lonely Jesper alone in front of a fireplace waiting for his old friend to show up once a year because apparently magic's a thing now. Santa Claus! Woo! And that was Netflix's Klaus. Yeah, it's pretty good. Beautifully animated and clever, Klaus is a visually impressive, light-hearted holiday treat that most, if not all, audience will 100% get a kick out of. Though the story isn't really groundbreaking or unique, and the liar reveal is pretty poorly executed, it's still held up pretty well by well-written characters, funny dialogue, and an overabundance of charm. I'd recommend this movie to pretty much everyone, especially this holiday season. Gather the family, cozy up, and have a fun time. Klaus is a solid 9 out of 10. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Have a great day and a great night. Happy holidays, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!